this is Cat's Diamond Painting. Welcome to my channel, or welcome back if you have joined me here before. I have been a little quiet the past week or so, just because, well, I had some videos that I planned to get up and then things didn't arrive when I expected, and yeah, I was just taking it easy. It was my birthday on the weekend, then it was my dad's birthday, and my parents came up to stay, so yeah, it's been a busy few days, but I'm back on it now. Got quite a few videos to film today, and first things first, because I can never resist a good mystery box, is to check out what I got in my Christmas Eve mystery box from Diamond Art Club. So if you've watched my channel for a while, you will probably already know that I'm an absolute sucker for mystery boxes. Diamond Art Club does them fairly regularly. I mean, we've had quite a few over the course of the autumn and the winter so far, but then other times there'll be a long break between them. So yeah, I recently unboxed all the ones that I got for the Cyber Monday releases, and I had some really good stuff in there. And since then I've done some swaps on the ones that I was less keen on and got some of the other kits that I really wanted, so that's all worked out well. So yeah, they dropped another one on Christmas Eve. And I did pause for a moment because I had recently spent a lot of money on the Cyber Monday boxes. But ultimately, I really struggle to resist a mystery box. I love them. I've had good luck with them in the past. So yeah, I went ahead and got one. So this one, just to kind of set the parameters of what we're going to be looking at here, they said there were 9 never before seen kits that were going to be in the boxes. And in each box you would get 2 from that pool of 9 kits, and then you would get 1 kit that was an existing kit in their range. And previously that was often what they used to call fan favourites, and let's face it, it was often the kind of overstock kits that weren't selling well. The past few boxes, that kind of third surprise kit has been probably just a little bit of a higher standard, which is always good to see. Anyway, the box arrived today. It's taken a while, but like that was expected. When we bought the boxes, it did say on them that they wouldn't ship till, I think it was between the 2nd and the 9th of January or something. It shipped right on schedule, and yeah, it got to me today, which is the 13th. It did arrive in a little bit of a state. Thanks, FedEx. It was open on this side, and actually the back is also falling apart, so I was a little nervous, but as a result I did take a peek inside to check that I still had 3 kits in there, and I do, and I've seen what they are, and I think I got a pretty good box for my taste. I am happy. So what I'm going to do is open this up properly, pull them all out, and then I'm going to do just a pretty quick casual unboxing of all 3, so you can take a look at them with me. So let's get in, and then I will start pulling them out. Okay, so the first never before seen kit that I got, well, I think that this one actually they originally planned to put in the Cyber Monday boxes, and maybe it didn't arrive in time, so they switched it out to the Christmas Eve boxes, because it was seen in a couple of boxes for the Cyber Monday mystery boxes, but mostly it's been available in this one. So this is Naughty Kittens in the Bedroom by Image World. And I'm pretty pleased with this one. I do really enjoy Image World. I've got quite a few of theirs. Some, like one of my favourite ever completions actually, House on a Cliff, is I believe an Image World kit. And they have some really lovely pieces. I love cats, you know. What can go wrong? The only thing with this one is it's a big old kit, but even so, because there are some very small details in it, I'm a little bit wondering if some of the kittens are going to be a bit pixelated, like when you look at their faces here. Anyway, we're going to take a look and see what we think. So this one has 85 colours, which includes 3 Aurora Borealis and 5 Fairy Dust Diamonds. And it's got just under 115,000 diamonds, so I'm getting my value for money with this one. So let's get in and take a look. Okay, I'll remove the sleeve. And I'm going in, folks. Let's take a look at these Naughty Kittens in a Bedroom. I know I've seen a few comments online with quite a few people that are fed up with all the cat kits. Oh my goodness, I can't get this out. There have been quite a lot of cats and kittens in various releases recently. I mean, I'm a cat person, so what can I say? I'm not complaining. But yeah, these guys are adorable. I'm going to see if I can push it out from the other side, because this is kind of wedged. Yeah, there we are. it's moving now. Okay. Oh, okay. There we are. Finally in. So I'm not going to go through the toolkits in these. I think most people have seen them plenty of times by now. But I will take a look in here because this contains my treasure quest card. So I got a bronze card, pretty standard. I'm now sort of saving up again because I've recently claimed a custom kit. So I managed to get enough cards. I say saving up, I'm just sort of seeing how it goes this time. I don't have anything else in mind for another custom kit. We'll see what I end up doing, but I do love getting the treasure quest cards in the meantime. They're very fun and holographic. If you don't know what they are, take a look at diamondartclub.com/redeem, which you can hopefully just about see there, because that's going to explain it all to you. Because they're a fun trading card, something to collect, but you can also use them to claim rewards. Okay, let's take a look at the stickers. Now that is a better picture of the image. So yeah, loads of fine details in this one. So I'm expecting an absolute ton of confetti where you're having to change out the colours in your drill tray very often. And that's a little intimidating at this size, let's face it. But one of my plans for this year was to not let myself be put off by the size of kits anymore. And there's little orange kittens, and I have an orange cat. We call him Small Orange. His real name's Harry, or Harold if he's in trouble. But yeah, they are adorable, and this one in particular is like exactly the right shade of orange for Harry. And then the others, they don't look so much like my cats because I have a cream and lilac colour point British short hair, and then I have Charlie, who you may well have seen in recent videos, who's white and tabby. So some of these have got some tabby markings, but he's got a little white. Anyway, so they don't necessarily resonate that much beyond the orange ones, but they do not need to for me because I just love cats. And if you love cats, it's a given that you're going to love kittens. Grown-up cats, but cuter. So yeah, this is really cool, and it's definitely one that I would have considered buying if it just came out as a normal release, which is a kind of marker for success for me in a mystery box, because you're getting a kit at a reduced price in the mystery box, so sometimes the bar for what you would purchase directly at full price is higher. But yeah, I think this one's gorgeous. Anyway, that's enough waffling. Let's take a look. Whew, it's warm standing under my filming light. Spent the past few days with my parents here, and they've just been really cold in our house. And I guess either we're used to it or we're just a bit sort of, you know, hot-blooded. And we've been sweating because I've been whacking the heating up to accommodate my parents, and we've been like, whew. So it's down to a more normal temperature today, but I'm still a bit overdone. Okay, here are my drills. And I'm not going to open these up and go through them all just because I will never get them wrapped up neatly again. Plus, yeah, I just don't like to do that with my own kids. So apologies if that is something that disappoints you. But yeah, there are some really gorgeous bright colours in this one, aren't there? I forgot to look actually at the list for what kind of shades the ABs and fairy dust were going to be in. But I see 2 bags, I think, of a bright orange AB there. And then I see an orange fairy dust. I see a pink AB. And can I spot anything else? Oh, there is a green fairy dust. There is a white fairy dust at the end there. Sorry if you heard a beeping noise there in the background. That was my dishwasher. Oh, and a lovely blue AB. I love that shade in AB. And there's 2 bags of that. That's got to be about all of them, right? So yes, some big old bags of those special drills. Take a look. Try and just get it a little bit flatter for you and for me. Wow, yeah, I wasn't wrong about the confetti. Check this out. This is going to be slow going. But that's okay, as long as it's fun and we love the image, then that's okay. It is really cute. The render does look really good, actually, looking at them. There are a few, I think it's always problematic if there's like small faces. So these ones that are kind of facing on to the viewpoint that the piece has been painted from, like they may look a little more pixelated because it's tricky to do things like eyes, but then the ones that are a bit less focused forwards, they look really, really fabulous. I love these two down here having a little fight. Harry and Charlie love play fighting and they zip around the house gunning for each other. Makes me think of them. But yeah, this is pure confetti. I mean, there are patches, like around here there are a few bits of blocking which will be a nice relief, but there's very little of that. It's definitely going to be a labour of love, this one. But, you know, I've done high confetti pieces before. I've done pieces with more confetti than this one's got. So, yeah, I can absolutely do that if I love a piece enough. I don't know. This is a definite keeper for me. Whether I will keep it forever and eventually work on it remains to be seen. Or whether eventually I might decide to destash it. But as an initial view, I am pleased with this one. Let's see if I can figure out anything about the ABs and fairy dust. Oh, I forgot, because I read off the side, but then instantly forgot what it said. So there were 5 fairy dust. I don't think I saw all of those. I wonder what sort of details they're even picking out with special drills. Flowers, I imagine. Flowers and butterflies. They are absolutely classic things to highlight with special drills. And I wonder if, I mean, there's definitely some fairy dust in the orange cat down here. Maybe not so much the AB, but all of the orange cats have some lovely fairy dust in them. And then the tabbies all have little white patches, and those are going to be fairy dust. And that's maybe all we're getting in the kittens, but that kind of makes sense to me. Like why would the kittens be that blingy, you know? Just a little bit of fairy dust for texture. Oh dear, Harry's just come into the room and discovered the big box, so I think he's about to start rummaging in there. Apologies if you hear any loud noises. Hey Harry! Just so you can see what I mean. Here's Harry. He is very orange. Aren't you? And you're a little bit soggy because it's rainy today. Oh, you two, no fighting on the table while I'm looking at diamond paintings. That's beyond the pale. Anyway, off you go. Off you pop. Oh, you see? Loves a fight. I think he's cross with me about the state of the weather. It's obviously my fault that it's a bit soggy outside. I love this patch. There's something about skies rendered through a window. It's like really specific and niche, but there's been many paintings where that has been in them, and I love the way that you can really get the colouring of that very well in a piece of art. I don't know how to express myself other than to say I like that. Okay, so that is Naughty Kittens in the Bedroom. They are very naughty indeed and very sweet. Let's crack on and take a look at the next one. Okay, next up I got Polar Stroll by Deborah Malcolm. And I am a big fan of Deborah Malcolm's artwork. I have got several of hers in my stash. Can't remember exactly how many, but I do have a few. I can think of at least 2. And I have done one of hers in the past and really, really enjoyed it. So for me, this is a good one. It's a round drill kit. I do prefer square drills, but I will work on both. And again, it was one of my 2026 plans to kind of get past the hang up I have about round drills where I don't reach for them as often, and really try and get myself back to how I used to be when I was a bit more of an even keel, and I like to do both of them all the time. So yeah, I think multi-placing kind of ruined rounds for me for a bit, because there was a really long period when you couldn't multi-place rounds as effectively, or at least I couldn't, because of the spacing. But Diamond Art Club have done a lot to improve that. and it is a lot better now. So I'm going to be in my round 0. I'm determined of it. Anyway, let's get that cover off. So this one is a fair bit smaller. This is 55.6 by 68.8 centimeters, but that suits me fine because despite everything I just said, I am still working through that. So smaller rounds do appeal to me more than really large kits. But also generally if a kit is really large, it's because it's super detailed, and then you're going to use squares because then you get more detail for the same space. But rounds are very, very sparkly, which makes me think that they are a very good choice for a kit like this. Because look at this with all the stars in the sky, and you've got water and like the moon shining, and yeah, I really like this. So this is 52 colours, which includes 2 Aurora Borealis, 1 special diamond, and 4 fairy dust diamonds. Ooh, what do they mean by special diamond? Because normally if it was like iridescent or whatever, they would say. Intriguing. Let's find out. I've not actually seen, which isn't to say that they're not out there, just that I haven't seen because I've been busy the last few days, but I have not seen any other unboxings of this mystery box yet. And I'm wondering if maybe a few other people made the other decision than I did when I was thinking, oh, can I really justify buying another mystery box? But it did sell out pretty quickly. I think it sold out in about an hour. So yeah, I'm gonna go looking afterwards and see if there are other unboxings out there, and maybe people have got the other kits that I didn't. There is a kit that I would have loved to get, which I may have to try and find on DStash. But yeah, I'm pleased so far. By the way, if I didn't make it clear, this is the other kit in my box that was one of the never before released kits. So I have my bronze treasure quest card, and let's find out what that special drill is. So, ooh, why? Is that a quad drill? That might be a quad drill, you know. I love quad drills. Oh no, but it can't be a quad drill because they're round. So maybe it's just like a really large round. Do you know what, Kat? You could probably just wait until you get in there and see what it is rather than guessing right. So yeah, I've got 2 blue ABs. I have got this that I suspect to be like a large round drill. And then I have got 4 fairy dust drills there. Really pretty colours too. This one I am actually really pleased with. So let's take a look. They are quad drills. Oh my goodness. Consider my ghasts flabbered. I have never come across that before in a DAC rendering. So I have got quad drills, so I was right that that's what Y means, which are like 4 square drills together, hence quad, in a round diamond painting. That is fascinating to a nerd like me. I see some ABs through the side. I see, oh, that's a gorgeous, pretty sort of greenish teal fairy dust. Love me a fairy dust drill. There's a white fairy dust. Oh, this one is seeming super fun to me. So let's go in. Right, where on earth are those quad drills going? Well, I see some of them. I suppose it sort of makes sense in that when you're rendering a square, a round painting, you still render little squares, don't you? Like there's little square spots that the round drill goes in, and it just doesn't completely fill the spot like it does with a square. Because my initial thought was like, how do you do that? But actually it does make perfect sense. I'm just so surprised because I've never seen that done before. So here it is. Oh, this is going to be really pretty. I mean, who can resist a starry sky? Certainly not me. So yeah, the quad drills, if you can see, are like dotted around amongst the stars. So they are bigger stars, I guess, that you're going to come across now and again. Like you've got all of these dots, which I'm guessing are white. Yeah. So all of the little dots are going to be white fairy dust, and then every so often you are going to have a quadrille, which is that lovely crystal effect drill. So there's going to be a real like texture and vibrancy to it compared to if they just had the white dots everywhere. I think that's clever. I really do. And let's look at the artwork. And yeah, there are some in here that are a lot more prominent. So that actually makes a lot of sense compared to the original render. But I also think that's just them trying to kind of mix things up and do something a bit clever with the rendering. And I appreciate that. So yeah, this is really cool. This gorgeous moon with all the colours in there. That is going to look beautiful. But with round drills, I do really love darker colours to be in the mix, because all of these, like, what have we actually got? We've got some 310, but we've got lots of dark blues. I think, yeah, it's mostly dark blues and black, and then some slightly lighter but still darkish blues, etc. You know what I mean? But anyway, my point was they are going to be super sparkly. And then when you add in the fairy dust stars and the quadrille stars, it's just, that is going to be such a fun and different look. Wow. Gorgeous little polar bear family as well. So the one of hers that I have done was called An Evening Stroll. And a lot of her paintings have this similar idea of having animals silhouetted in front of either a moon or a sun. I think if I remember right, Evening Stroll, it was like the sun going down, and it was a family of elephants silhouetted in front. And she actually did like a whole series of that family of elephants at different times of the day. And one of the ones in her stash that I have is another one from that series. So this is a little bit different because it's polar bears, and that obviously means a completely different landscape as well. You've got icy ground instead of, you know, the trees of a sort of, well, the kind of places where elephants live. But it's a very similar idea overall. It's just like a spin on that theme. Wow. I am excited about this one. I think this is actually going to be really, really gorgeous when done. So yeah, good job, DAC. I am pleased with my mystery box because I even liked the surprise kit, which I'm going to show you next. So my surprise kit, which part of the surprise is that this is a big and beastly painting with a lot of value in it, is the Woodland Cottage Way by Dominic Davison. And I do not even remember seeing this come out. I'm not sure how long it's been available for. It is the older style box, I think. Yeah. So the last style of box when they had the picture wrapped around the box rather than having it on the sleeve. So it must have been in stock for a little bit. And I think they have used these mystery boxes quite often to clear down kits that they're discontinuing. So I wouldn't be surprised if this one is now discontinued, that maybe all the remaining stock went into these boxes. I don't know that, but yeah, that's just been a bit of a tendency. But I love Dominic Davison. You may have seen that I did a mystery kit by him for my Christmas kit this year, and I was raving about it in the post review. And I said how it's really prompted me to want to do more Dominic Davison again. I actually bought the old shoe house, which Diamond Art Club offers. I talked about how I had done a kit of his with another shop, where I absolutely loved the artwork, but unfortunately didn't particularly enjoy the render of that image. So yeah, he is an artist who I really enjoy. Love me a landscape, and yeah, this was a brilliant choice for me to have as my third like surprise kit. I do wonder if the reason why I got like a big and beastie kit that has a higher value is because one of my never before seen kits was smaller. Because obviously the Polar Stroll one I'm very happy with, but in terms of pure value of the box, it's a much smaller kit, so it's got less of a value. So yeah, if that's where it was, then no complaints from me, because I think that's worked out well. The other thing that I love about Dominic Davison, just besides how beautiful his work is that he is an English artist. So when he does landscapes, they really resonate with me. I mean, I've got some beautiful landscapes that are, you know, set in other countries. Don't get me wrong, that is not a deal breaker. But it is lovely to have a landscape that looks familiar to me, you know. And I live in Oxford, so we're quite near an area of the country called the Cotswolds, which is known for having all these really beautiful old towns. And yeah, like thatch roof cottages and stuff, there's ones near us that we've driven past many times, and they are so pretty. So this one again looks like it's going to be super confetti, but again, worth it. So this has got 80 colours. It includes 3 Aurora Borealis drills and 5 fairy dust diamonds. So it's got 80 colours, so that places it to me as not like a super old kit, because like they've tended to produce kits with more colours more in the last year or two, I would say. But yeah, not sure when this came out. I don't know how I missed it. So, what have I got? Do I have a Treasure Quest card even? How old is it? Oh, I do. Okay. And so I've got another bronze Treasure Quest card with a nice holographic image there. And inside here, ooh, first of all, let's look at that, which is just so pretty, so UK. It's almost at a point where it's like I would be surprised if that was another country, because it's just very classically British. And then inside we have got 3 ABs and 5 fairy dust all listed there. Based on these colours, I bet a lot of them are going to pop up in the flowers, which again, like I was saying earlier, that's like a really classic place for special drills to be used. No complaints there. Yeah, actually a really bright, vibrant colour palette, isn't it? It's going to be dominated by a lot of greens. There's going to be some darker shades around here, but there are lots of bright pops of colour in it, which, you know, you kind of need in some ways when you're working on a big project that's going to take a while. Or at least I do, because I'm very motivated by colours. So, let's get in. Here are my drills. And yeah, lots of greens, but it's not as dominated by green as I thought it might be, to be fair. To be fair. Do you know what? I just turned 42 and I still muddle my fuss sounds and my fuss sounds. You'd think I'd have got it by now. So yeah, there is a lovely white fairy dust. We've got a yellow AB here. What else? What else? There's a greenish fairy dust. But I bet some of those special drills come in quite small bags if they are specific to certain patches of flowers. There's a pink bag there of an AB. But yeah, can't see a lot of them. That's okay. Like I said at the start, we're just doing a nice casual unboxing today. I have some first looks to film later where I will be going into the full detail of certain kits. So yeah, we're keeping it casual for this one. So, let's see. Yeah, it's got the grey lines on the perforation, so again, it's can't be that old. Maybe early part of last year. I don't know. I don't know why I'm still trying to date it. I'm just surprised because I do keep quite close tabs on what kits come out, and I'm just surprised I don't remember this one. Anyway, wow, holy confetti. But very varied. Like, there's really distinct patches of colour, like lots of different shades of green, so different like tones of green in different parts of the kit. There are trees. Trees are always confetti. It is just impossible to render trees well without them being full of confetti, so that is to be expected. And then all these small flowers as well. Like, yeah, there's no getting away from it. This is a very high confetti kit, even possibly more so than that first one I showed you. But yeah, it's going to be really beautiful. I love when there's water as well, and there's a bit of a reflection in the water. Actually, the one of his that I did from another shop was called the Old Waterway Cottage, and that had a little river with a bridge and it had swans. So there's obviously some recurring themes in his artwork. I mean, yeah, we have a lot of swans here, so makes sense. That's really, really gorgeous. Oh, I like that a lot. So yeah, I have done rather well with my mystery box, I think. like I think I said earlier, there is one other kit that I've seen out there amongst the 9 kits they released in this that maybe would have topped my list, and I'm going to try and get off D-Stash. But there were several kits that were not to my taste at all, and I didn't get any of those. I got kits that are all things I could conceivably have, you know, chosen to just buy as regular releases. So actually I think this is a pretty successful mystery box for me. I love those shades of purple in the flowers here and here. Oh, and there's a flowery, what's the word? Like trellis around the door. I love that. If I had loads of money, then I would live in a house just like this. But they actually tend to be really quite expensive because they're generally old houses. They're often quite big, and thatch roofs take a lot of upkeep. So yeah, I'm probably too lazy for that. But I don't have the money for it anyway, so it's a moot point. I will just live my thatch cottage life vicariously through paintings like this. Okay, so that is all I have for you today. I am going to go edit this and hopefully get it up today because I have been quiet for too long. And yeah, thanks very much for watching, guys. Let me know in the comments if you got this box and which ones you got, because there was a really diverse range of kits I think released through this box. And as I said, the third kit has often been a really good one. Like, I haven't seen any old Marvel kits or anything like that as yet in pictures people have posted. So yeah, I think it's been a good one. Right, thank you very much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed this, and if you have, please consider dropping a like on it, and if you're not yet subscribed, I'd love to have you stick around, so please consider doing that too, and I will hopefully see you again soon. Bye bye!